Hi, boys. Well, we've finished our first game, playing the 4-3-1 formation. We did pretty well. Um, and I've been wanting to do this for some time. Unfortunately, didn't have the time to do a video for you. So we're going to be starting with this video. I'm going to be explaining each position and how I would like you guys to position yourself on the field and what each position's responsibility is as well. So to get started, we are going to be having our goalkeeper. So we'll keep him right over here. And if you see, I've divided the field with these dashed lines, and they illustrate the space which each player needs to occupy and each channel which they will be having the majority of the responsibilities in. We're going to be having our two defenders, our two center backs, I would say. So when we're starting from the goal, we need the center backs to be positioned like this, parallel to the 6-yard box. What we actually did in the last game was we played a little bit too high. So by the time that we got the ball, let me just put the ball in this ball. There you go. So by the time that the ball came to us, we already had pressure from the press or the attacker on the other team put pressure on us. If we are over here and we do get the ball, we have more time to make a decision and for our players to move around and get free or into space to receive the ball. Yeah, so we're going to be having the two center backs parallel to the line, and our goal kicks, or from the time we start, I need the goalkeeper to place it center of the 6-yard. Not towards the side or the side or this side, we want it towards the center so that the players that are pressuring or pressing us don't know which side we're going to be playing on. Then we have the I would say 6. So there we go. So we have our CDM, and we need them to be positioned around the just outside of the 18-yard in this vicinity. And we have our two fullbacks. Now, in the last game, what happened was the two fullbacks were playing quite high over here. What you guys need to understand that the fullback's primary responsibility is going to be defending. So it's defending first and attacking second. Take that into account and remember that when we are playing in the games. And then we have in front of the CDM our two CAMs, which occupy these two half channels on either side of the 18. And this is predominantly where we need these two players to be. So they are in pockets of space and they should be going up and down this line. I mean, they can be coming in, but I don't want them to be going into the spaces that the two fullbacks are occupying, because as we get closer to them, we're taking the space away from the two fullbacks. And it's going to be harder for us to play and makes it easier for the defending team. And right at the top, we have our 9, our striker, and the striker is free to play all around this area. So they need to be moving with the width and staying high as well, depending on the position of the ball. So if the ball is being played on this side, then they need to be moving over here, trying to give the 5 or any other player options to be playing directly to them. So it can go through the 10. If the 10 gets the ball, they can come here and collect the ball. Different ways of playing it. So this is how we are being positioned on the field. Center backs in line with the 6-yard. Our CDM staying around vicinity of the 18-yard. The two fullbacks, they're going to be as wide as possible, and they're going to be pushing up. So they are pretty high on this. And the reason we want them to be like this is so that we can stretch the defending team. So if you see right now the way we are occupying all the required channels, and we are spaced out nicely on the field. Uh, now to play, what we want to do is mainly play out the back. So the first thing that I want to do, we'll do this without having any defenders pressing, for you guys to see how the movement of the ball and the player should be. So let's assume that the goalkeeper plays the ball to our number 4 over here, and he gets the ball. The first thing that happens, we need the 6 doesn't move by much, just starts to get into the space over here to give another option for the number 4. The 1, our goalkeeper moves across to provide an option of a pass to him over here. The 5 shifts across a little bit as well. The 3 moves across over here as well. And the 10 moves, we got the 8 looking for opening, and the 9 moving across, and the number 2. What we used to do when we were playing 7-a-side was the number 2 would kind of come back over here and try to get the ball. I mean, it is an option, but what I prefer is for the 2 to be staying high and wide. And for the 8 to be coming in here to try to get the ball, right? So he's got to be in open space. Again, the 2 can come back. It's not a problem, but I don't want him to be coming back too much, because if we do that, we are losing all of the space over here that we can exploit, and we're making life much easier for a pressing team. So stay high and wide. Now, if the 4 has option to go to number 2 immediately, we can do that. You can go to number 8, or if we see, this side of the field is congested and we don't have an open look, or even, we can also even go to number 9 if we can. Now, if none of these are an option, we can always switch the field. And the way that we're positioned on the field makes it very easy for us to do that. So 4 has 2 options, either go to the 6 and allow the 6 to switch the field, or come to the 1 and allow the 1 to switch. So let's say goes to the 6. Now, as soon as the ball comes to the 6, our 5, 3, and players all around should know that a switch of the field is in play right now. So immediately what I need is for the 3 to go high and wide, anticipating that the pass is going to be coming to him soon. So once the 6 gets the ball, 5 opens up a little bit over here, gets the ball, and now we have the 6 coming into support, the 10 coming to support our 9 coming over here. 3 is already opened up, anticipating the pass. 8 comes inside, then the 2 shifts, the 1 shifts, and the 4 shifts as well. And now if we get the ball from 3 to the 5, from the 5 to the 3, now 3 has most likely an option to move forward with the ball, or to pass to the 9, or to pass to the 10, and 10 can go to the 9. So, and we tend to be playing against teams that play 3 at the back. So we're playing a 4-3-1, and other teams will most likely, like the first game, they are going to be playing a 3-2-3. And then we have there's 6 here. We got the 10, or even a 3-4-1, we can say. So we got the 8, we got the 7, and we got the 9. So this tends to be the way they play. And now if they're going to be pressing, this is most likely the way they are going to be doing it. So this is the retreat line where they are. Yeah, so this is the way we have it. So there's a full-on press. All our players are, they're marking. So now if we play out of the back again, so it goes 1, let's say we go to the 4. Now, once the 4 gets the ball, what's going to happen, I need the 4 to take the ball and carry it straight. We don't want to go towards the side. We don't want to go towards inside. We want to be carrying it right across the line. And the reason it gives us a lot of options on either side, and it doesn't push us into a corner. Now, what will happen is the 9 is going to be coming here and pressing and trying to push our players to the side. What we need is, once this happens, the 1 is going to come across. 6 is most likely going to be staying here as an option. 5 is going to be coming across. The 3 is going to be coming inside over here because the play is not going to be switched. We need him to cinch in. 10 is going to be coming here, and 8 is going to try to open up to get the ball, and the 9 is going to be pushing right across over here. So this is the way that we want it to be right now. Now, if the 2 is over here, we don't want it to be standing, so 2 can come back a little bit, try to get the ball, and if we see the player is not following, then we can get the ball. Now, as soon as the 2 gets the ball, we can have the 6 coming to space over here, and 8 is going to be coming across to provide support, and the 4 should not be watching. They will be coming here and provide another option. Now, if the 7 is going to be pressing, we have one option to go back to the 4, or we have an option to go to the 8. But either one of these, or if we go to the 8, what happens is already, we get one player with 3 players surrounding him. So if we can have the 2, another good option will probably be to go to the 6. Now, as soon as the ball comes to the 6, what we need is he can look up. If he has an option to go up front, very good. But what we need him to do right now is shift the sides. So 6 goes to the 5. And then once this happens, 6 goes here, 3 is pushing up and high, 10 is opening up. Now, 5 has a lot of space because the 9 is not close to him. He was already pressing on this side. So most likely what happens, the 9 is going to be coming and trying to catch up. And the 1 also moves across. So 5 can start pushing the ball up. Now, we have an overload over here. I would say we have a 4 versus 3, or even 3 versus 2. The 8 has to make a decision. Are they going to be going to the 3, not allowing him to get the ball, or they're going to be pressing the 5, or they're going to be staying here? Now, 5 needs to take their space until they're under pressure. If 8 is going to be challenging it, that's when we have our 3 opening up. We can get the ball, and then they can start pushing up. And our 9 is also shifting across. Let's say 8 says, no, I'm not going to become under 5 because 9 is approaching. I'm going to be going and marking 3. Now we have all the space over here. 5 can, again, push up as much as they can. Now, if 10 is pushing up over here, we can have our 10 opening up, getting the ball. And remember, we discussed that what we want to do is try to get the ball into these corner pockets over here. That's when we can have our 3 running through and the 10 giving a through pass. And the 9 opening up over here as well to get a second pass. So this is the way that we usually want to play out of the back. Another option, if we go back to where we were, is if the ball is getting played through our 9. So 9 is coming here, we get the 4 getting the ball, and it plays it to the 9. Now, when the 9 gets the ball, what is going to happen? Their back is most likely going to be towards, or they're going to be facing our own goal, and they're going to be under pressure. So we tend, when we were playing 7 aside, was the 9 would turn and try to dribble towards the goal line. But having 3 defenders in front of them, it's going to be very, very difficult to do, and we will most likely be losing the ball. Once the 9 gets the ball, what I need them to do is to hold and shield the ball and wait for runs from the midfield line and our fullback. So once the 4 passes to the 9 and number 2 can see that 9 is getting the ball and he's holding, he can start moving down. So he's already passed number 7 who's chasing him. Now 3 has to make a decision. Are they going to be going to the 2 or are they going to be marking? So if they're not going to the 2, 9 can play to our 2, and our 2 can push and attack the goal. If 3 is moving away and trying to cover 2, and that's when we have our 9 has an option of turning and now going and attacking the goal. Another option will be if 7 is already caught onto 2 and we don't have the space here, is we are going to be having our 8 running through, our 10 running through, and our 6 running through. And we want to be playing these either to the 8 or to the 6, and we have a through ball to our 10. Or once 6 gets the ball, our 3 can run and get a through ball to them over here, but preferably to either one. So 9 shields the ball and plays it back to the midfield line, or if our 2 is free over here, it goes to our 2. And yeah, so on the when we are in our attacking phase, so we were in the 1/3 of the field which we are attacking, so the 1/3 of the opponent's goal or field. Let's assume 2 has a ball over here. 3's got it. 3's in, 7's here, 5 is here. Our 9 is going to be here, 8, 6, 10. Once the ball is going up the field, our center backs need to push up as well. They should be part of the game, right? So once the 2 has a ball here, our 4 should be providing support around this area. What we did in the last game was when the 2 was all the way up here, our 4 was all the way down here. Again, we're trying to make the field as big as possible while still putting pressure on the defending team. So if our 4 is here, we're actually making it very easy for the defenders to defend. But if we have our 4 here, because the reason is because if the 4 comes here, we're taking space away from the 8. But if our 4 is here, now our 8 comes in, we have a lot of place to move around. So much easier to, let's say, distribute and shift the attack from one side to the other. I'm going to be resetting this again just to show you guys what's going to happen when we are attacking. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Anyways, once the ball is here and our 2 has ball, we're attacking from this side. At all given times, we need to make sure we have 2 or maximum or minimum 2 or even 3 at the back. So our fullback, again, number 3 is a fullback. What we tend to do in the last game was when we had the ball on this side, our fullback was all the way up here. Now, what usually happens in this case is if we lose the ball for any reason, we are going to be, scrambling to get back, and there's going to be a counterattack. And the way it happens, we lose the ball, 6 gets opened up, they pass it here, and now 8 is free on this side, can run. We are going to be doing catch up on this side. And that was, I think, how they scored one of the only goal in the game on the weekend. So what we need to do is when we have the ball here is, again, we have two center backs and a fullback here. So the fullback is all the way up. This center back comes and provides support over here. So takes the position of the right fullback. Number 5, which is our other center back, comes in and takes the position of number 4. And number 3 has to be coming in and covering the position of our 5. So now we have 3 at the back. And even with 2 players over here, if we lose the ball, we've already got our back covered with these 3 players, and it can allow enough time for our 2 to come back and our 6, 10, and even 8 to come back in the game. So always make sure that wherever the ball is, if it's on this side, the 3 is the one that is coming, cinching in, and providing support. So we have 3 at the back. And if the ball is on the other side, we have the 5 going here providing support, 4 is taking position of the 5, and 2 is taking position of the 2. And then again, we have 3 at the back. Now, if the ball is going to be getting switched, 3 goes to 5, then we move out over here, four opens up, our one is over here. We can go even like this and then attack from this side. And again, same thing, four comes here for support, five pinches in, and three comes back in. And this is how we will be trying to play. One other thing is, again, very, very important, the six should be playing box to box and central within this area. If our two has the ball here, what we had was our number six was actually coming and trying to get the ball here. I don't want that to happen. It's better if the six stays more central and provides a pivot point for us to, change fields and be a pivot point for our attack. We already have our four here. In case we're under pressure, we can always move the ball back. If the six is coming here, we're just taking space away from our four and leaving this part in the middle exposed, or making life easier for the defenders. While if we're spaced out as much as possible within pockets of space, it's perfect.